Hey you guys, how's everybody doing? I am coming to you today asking if anybody knows the job situation in Austin. This obviously hasn't been on my radar for the last few years since I've been in school, but I need to find a job again, and I feel like I am somehow overqualified and underqualified at the same time. The new thing that I'm doing when I can't sleep at night is look for jobs, and I don't know why I'm doing that. It's basically like a strange form of torture, but nonetheless, that's what I'm doing. And here's some things that I'm noticing in Austin. You have to be willing to make $30,000 to $40,000. You have to be in tech. You have to have an asinine amount of experience, or you have to know someone, and I don't know anyone. It's not a new saying, but it's, what do they say? It's not what you know, it's who you know. And if you don't know anyone, I guess that's bad. I am on like all these job websites and like, freelance work, freelance writing, content writing, tons of posts. But then you click on the post and they want 2 to 5 years experience with a portfolio or extensive writing samples with like proven results, or SEO. SEO is in like almost every single post that I see. So it's like you can't be a writer unless you write for yourself, but then you can't make any money unless you're published. And like, I haven't even dipped my toe into like reaching out to publishers yet, which maybe that's like on me. Maybe I need to start doing that. But yeah, I was thinking, I've spent all this time, 3 years to get a master's degree and a year previous to that just to make sure that I even liked what I was doing. And I really do. And now it seems super hard to find a job. I have found a few, one unpaid and one paid internship. But that's like an internship. I have a master's degree and the best I can do is a paid internship. And I get like, you have to do the time or whatever, but man, getting a job these days is not what it used to be. Again, maybe that's my bad for being out of any industry for such a long time. But, just applying to jobs like you used to be able to, I guess is not a thing. Like last week I applied on, again, like 3 or 4 in the morning. I was, looking for jobs, applying for jobs. And the next morning before noon, I got a rejection letter that, while we are impressed with your qualities and skills, we've decided to go with another candidate. And it's like, there has to be some sort of like system that just weeded me out because I didn't have the right acronyms or description or words in my resume, because it seemed like a pretty good job and I met all the qualifications, but yet by 12 the next day when I applied at 3 or 4 in the morning, they had already determined that they were going to go with another candidate. I don't think so. So I know my friend Heather in Seattle went through this. She applied to a ton of jobs. When I was in New York, I applied for almost 50 jobs. This was like random stuff. I was just like desperate to find anything that would make me money because I wanted to stay in New York so bad. We all know how that ended. And yeah, I don't know. So, you know, clearly I don't work in tech. I don't plan to work in tech. I don't know anything about tech. So that eliminates a lot of things for me in Austin automatically. But I mean, and again, I'm at the beginning of my search. I shouldn't feel as overwhelmed as I do, but unfortunately, that's kind of the response that I'm having. You know, I'm considering doing a research and writing job in politics, you know, but the problem with that, if you're not working for a senator or a rep, you know, session is every other year in Texas. Like, you know, people wonder why we can't get anything done. That's why. Session is every other year, not every year. And then half of the time they spend the first part of session partying, then they cram everything into the end trying to accomplish it, have to have a special session, if not more than one special session, every time that they meet. Anyway, politics, state politics in Texas surprise me constantly. So I don't know, you know, I found like a reading and writing adjunct position at Austin Community College. Well, that's like $3,000 or $4,000 a class. So I don't know if I just have to become one of those people, since I want to be a writer, that has like 27 odd jobs in writing, and that's what makes me successful. Or what, you know? Yeah, it's kind of a crazy world. You know, media is obviously another avenue, but again, you know, 5+ years of experience. You can't get a job without experience, but coming out of a degree, especially an intense degree, I haven't been working, so do I get to count my years of writing as experience? No. You know, you can't get a job without having a job before. So as a new candidate, out in a different world, it feels a little hopeless. I mean, obviously there's a lot more stuff that needs to be done. I need to continue to look, but people in Austin that aren't in tech, do you have any advice? People that have just been looking for jobs in general in big cities, and when I say big cities, I mean 1 million+ population cities. What have you done? I would love anybody's hints or tips or channels to watch or IGs to tune into, books to read. Yeah, this is me feeling perplexed. So yeah, anyway, that's my Sitch for today, and it's pretty late. I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.